Thanks for joining us. I'm Allison Patton.
And I'm Alex Mwali. People in Athens are ringing in the official start of the holiday season at the county courthouse.
Forecaster Rachel Grant is live at the city's annual Christmas tree lighting. And Rachel, not only does it look like Christmas, but it feels like it too.
We are live here in Uptown Athens, kicking off the official holiday season. We just had the annual Christmas tree lighting happening earlier. We have Santa and Mrs. Claus here. We also have horse carriage rides going until 8 p.m. tonight. And we also have some Athens area Girl Scouts giving away free hot chocolate to the community. I'm here with Amina, Emma, and Cordelia, some of the Girl Scouts giving away free hot chocolate. So, are you all excited to be for the holiday season?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. What are you looking forward to tonight other than giving away free hot chocolate?
Seeing the kids take pictures with Santa Claus and Mrs. Claus.
The lights. I'm gonna get cookies.
Yes. So, what is one of your favorite Christmas songs?
I like just Jingle Bells, Jingle Bells.
All I Want for Christmas Is You, Mariah Carey. I'm rocking around the Christmas tree.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining me. We're here right now. It is a very chilly night, even though we had some earlier. So mostly clear skies. We had some sun and clouds mostly throughout today, but most of that cleared out, especially today with a chillier week. Most of us sitting in the high 20s and the low 30s. And that's really reflected with our current conditions. We're sitting at the 32 degrees outside and partly cloudy skies. We'll be seeing some similar conditions going into tonight with a low of 19 and mostly clear skies. Tonight is definitely a night where you're going to need that winter jacket, that scarf, that winter hat, and definitely those gloves. You can expect something a little bit. You can expect You can expect some warmer temperatures going into the weekend with a high of 41 degrees and a low of 30. We won't be seeing any clouds going into this weekend with mostly sunny skies. And we'll talk more about what to expect throughout Sunday and the beginning of next week in my weather forecast. For now, we're going back to the desk.
Thanks, Rachel. That looks like so much fun, although a little cold. We'll check in with you again soon. Athens isn't the only one feeling the holiday spirit. This is a live look at the Nelsonville Public Square where people will gather for the city's annual tree lighting ceremony tomorrow night.
The tree lighting will come after Nelsonville's Christmas parade. Lineup starts at 5 p.m. tomorrow on East Washington Street, and the parade starts at 6 p.m. The event will include caroling and a visit from Santa Claus. And this is just one of many holiday events this season, so be sure to stay connected to WOUB on air and online at woub.org or the WOUB app.
Christmas lights are always a pretty sight during the holiday season, but they can add to your monthly electric bill.
Yeah, this is on top of other necessary expenses like heating your home when the temperatures drop. Ivan Rodriguez has more on how you can save this holiday season.
It's the most wonderful time of the year. For many, it means shopping the best deals for gifts and decking out their homes with Christmas decorations. But just how much more money do those festive lights add to the bill?
The beauty of holiday lighting is that it really doesn't have to break the bank. With LED lights especially, you can create a pretty stunning display for as little as, if you have a really modest decoration, maybe $2 for the season, for the month.
Ashley England with Tennessee Valley Authority says if you're still using traditional incandescent lights, it'll cost you.
That's going to cost you typically around $10 to $300, again, depending on how exquisite you get with your decorations.
Saving some money here could help offset other costs.
Your biggest energy expense is really not your light display at all. It's your heating and cooling.
Heating expenses in the U.S. are expected to jump 10.5% on average, due in part to colder temperatures forecast in the Northeast and Midwest, according to the National Energy Assistance Directors Association. Consumers who heat with electricity will be hit the hardest, with their costs projected to rise 13.6% to $1,208 for the winter season.
Make sure your HVAC has been tuned up. Make sure you've sealed air gaps around your house, that you have adequate insulation, and then adjusting your thermostat. That's going to save you far more than worrying about your festive lights.
I'm Ivan Rodriguez reporting.
Questions about the future of Nelsonville city government continue 1 month after voters approved to dissolve the city's charter. The ballot initiative calls for an election next year for all city officials that were elected to positions before the charter. The issue is the city's attorney says the council, which still operates under the charter, has no authority to call for an election. The Athens County Board of Elections says that they can't schedule an election on their own, putting the future of how the city will make the transition to its new government unclear.
The latest U.S. jobs report shows the job market is recovering after a severe weather and labor disputes in October. Numbers from the Labor Department show job growth surged in the U.S. last month, adding 227,000 jobs. Economists were expecting a rebound after hurricanes and striking workers went back to work. Meanwhile, the unemployment rate ticked up from 4.1% to 4.2%. Economists were expecting a net gain of 200,000 jobs in November and for the unemployment rate to stay the same. In more economic news, AAA reports the average price for a gallon of gas in the U.S. is nearing a three-year low. The company says the national average gas price has plunged to $3.03 a gallon. The last time the national average was below $3 was in May of 2021. The average price for a gallon of gas here in Ohio has also dropped by about 15 cents and sits below the national average at $2.88 per gallon. New York police and federal agents gather more clues on the gunman who fatally shot a healthcare CEO this week.
Laura Aguirre explains how DNA evidence and a smile could be crucial in the ongoing manhunt for the killer.
Clearly, the shooter has made some mistakes.
Many law enforcement experts agree the masked gunman who killed United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson outside a Manhattan hotel Wednesday was calculated but sloppy.
This individual, though, did leave a lot of clues behind.
Like a trail of surveillance camera sightings, authorities believe showed the suspect before and after the shooting. A burner phone and water bottle believed dropped by the gunman, possibly providing DNA evidence that is now in the hands of the medical examiner. And the words depose and delay etched into ammunition found at the scene. But it's this moment that could break the case.
It's an age-old story. Beauty killed the beast. She said, "Oh, let me see your face." And he just said, "Okay," and pulls his mask down. And here we are.
A flirtatious smile with a front desk clerk at a Manhattan hostel, revealing the face of this person of interest the NYPD now wants to question. Police have searched the hostel where he stayed and interviewed several people who remember him there. Police say the suspect used a fake New Jersey driver's license to check into the hostel after arriving in New York by bus 10 days before the shooting.
We also have reason to believe that the person in question has left New York City, so we want a wider audience to see the picture outside of New York City.
I'm Laura Aguirre reporting.
Federal officials are expanding milk testing operations nationwide to better track the spread of bird flu. The virus has been spreading in dairy cattle since March. So far, 58 people, including 2 in Ohio, have contracted bird flu. 6 states will be included in the first round of the testing, 3 of which already have reported infected cow herds. Testing is scheduled to begin December 16th.
We have 2 major recalls for you tonight. Stellantis is recalling more than 315,000 Dodge trucks because of a problem with their brakes. The hydraulic control units on 2017 and 2018 Dodge Ram 25, 35, 45, and 5500s can fail, increasing the risk of a crash. The car maker says dealers will fix the issue free of charge. Notification letters are expected to be mailed to owners in January. Honda is also issuing a recall on more than 200,000 SUVs over potential fuel leak concerns. The recall includes certain 2023 to 2024 Passport and 2023 to 2025 Pilot vehicles. Honda says some of the recalls vehicles may have an incomplete connection between the fuel filler neck tube and the fuel filler pipe. This could cause the 2 components to separate in a crash, causing a fuel leak. The automaker will be contracting registered owners of all affected models by mail in January.
A lot of it is actually our Christmas tree and decorations. These are our common folk.
Coming up, Christmas decorations may bring joy to people during the holiday season. they could also bring allergies too. Why this season can bring out allergies.
And a judge makes a major ruling on a law banning TikTok in the U.S., what it could mean for the future of the popular social media app.
It is a chilly night tonight, but will that be the case for this weekend? Stay tuned to see my weather forecast when Newswatch returns.
From coastal cliffs battered by the world's biggest waves, to ancient forests where wild horses roam, Portugal possesses a bounty of natural treasures. But we have encroached on these places, threatened its inhabitants. Can Portugal preserve its wild side?
Wednesday at 8 on WOUB.
I hear the echoes all through the meadows. Breathe in and let go. That sweet surrender. I've been running, running, running all through the night. You can knock me down, but I've got my will to survive. Rise up, rise up.
Together, we can make real change happen.
WOUB is recognizing members of our Cornerstone Society. The Cornerstone Society is a group that wants to ensure the future of public media in our region. It includes people across our area who value news, entertainment, and cultural programming, as well as the educational services WOUB provides. Also included are graduates of Ohio University who took part in the WOUB Student Professional Development Program. Thanks to the Cornerstone Society for their generous support. To learn how you can be involved, email woub@woub.org.
We are still live here up in Uptown Athens, and I'm joined by Dawn and Corin. So what is your favorite thing about kicking off the holiday season?
We've been doing this activity up here in Athens for about the last 18 years, I would say. Love the lights that are happening. We're planning to ride the horse-drawn carriage ride. We've already decorated our cookies and gotten our craft at the Ohio is Home store and saw Santa Claus.
Awesome. Yeah. What is your favorite thing about kicking off the Athens holiday season?
Making cookies and getting presents.
Okay. What are you asking for this holiday season?
A bike and origami paper.
That's awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you have a lovely evening.
Thank you.
So yesterday you might have seen some flurries, but they mostly cleared out last night. And we might have seen a little bit of snow coming in from the north, but that cleared out last night into this morning. Seeing clear skies mostly for the rest of today. And that's really seen in our recap for this Friday. Seeing a high of 35 with mostly sunny skies, and we'll be seeing some similar conditions going into tonight with that low of 19 degrees. Tonight is definitely a night where you're going to need that winter jacket, that scarf, those gloves, the winter hats. It is definitely feeling like winter. We'll be soon seeing a warm-up going into this weekend with the high of 41 degrees to kick off our weekend and a low of 30. We'll be seeing mostly sunny skies tomorrow going into Sunday, but we might be seeing some rain starting off next week. Here's a closer look at what we're expected to see this weekend. So we're seeing mostly clear skies for our region. Might see a high pressure system creeping in, coming in from the south, but still definitely going to need that jacket, that sweatshirt, still more along the chillier side for this weekend. As we're going into the evening, the early hours of tomorrow night, that's when we're going to see the high pressure really clear out, and we're going to see some a couple of fronts moving through. And that's really going to help with that warm-up. Going into Sunday, that's when you're going to see the clear, warmer. It's going to see still clear skies, still more along the warmer side, passing through overnight. Here's our recap for this weekend. Going into Monday, we'll be seeing a high of 41 to kick off our Saturday. We're seeing a high of 41 for our Saturday with mostly sunny skies, and we could expect something similar going into Sunday, just a huge jump to a high of 51. As for Monday, we might see some rain to kick off our weekend kick off next week with the high of 55. As we're going into Tuesday, we're going to see a high of 55, similar condition as to Monday. And we might see some snow going into Wednesday with the high of 39, so a huge dip in temps going into next week. As for Thursday and Friday, the snow and rain will clear out. We'll be seeing a high of 33 for Thursday, partly sunny skies, and expecting something similar, but still definitely a warm-up with the high of 44 for our Friday.
Yeah, thanks, Rachel. It looks like you're talking to a bunch of people out there. How are the crowds managing with the cold?
I'm overall seeing people definitely dressed layered up with sweatshirts, with winter jackets, seeing a few hats, but I don't see any bare hands other than mine. It is definitely chillier here.
Yeah, thanks so much, Rachel. Sorry to send you out there without a hat while we're warm inside, but thanks so much. Yeah, with the holidays just around the corner, many are bringing out the decorations and putting up their Christmas trees.
But for those with asthma or allergies, the holiday season can be a difficult time of year. Experts say both decorations and Christmas trees can trigger allergies. Decorations can collect dust and pet droppings, while scented candles can make you sneeze. Officials say both live and artificial trees can also cause symptoms.
Real trees, they can actually carry both mold on them and spores and pollen, while the artificial trees can accumulate lots of dust and mold if they haven't been properly stored.
If you experience holiday allergies, experts recommend getting a fake Christmas tree or shaking out your live tree outside to release mold and pollen.
TikTok loses its bid to strike down a law banning the social platform in the U.S. The court ruled the law does not violate the First or Fifth Amendments. Back in April, President Biden signed the law requiring the Chinese-owned app to find a new owner or be banned in the U.S. This means the platform could be banned starting in January 9th. TikTok plans to appeal the ruling to the Supreme Court.
The Notre Dame Cathedral is getting ready to welcome back visitors 5 years after a fire broke out at the French landmark. The reopening ceremony will start with a ritual opening of the cathedral's doors, followed by talking to the organ, where the organists play while the bishop talks. The ceremony will continue on Sunday for Mass. First Lady Jill Biden and President-elect Donald Trump are both planning to attend the event. Ohio football has won 5 consecutive games and are now preparing for their biggest matchup this season.
That's right, the Bobcats are in Detroit with tomorrow's MAC championship game against Miami approaching. We are now joined live by Andrew Bowlby, who's in Detroit.
Yeah, guys, it's cold here in Detroit as well, but we're live outside of Ford Field in Detroit as we are ticking closer and closer to the beginning of the MAC championship game in 2024 between Ohio and Miami. Stay tuned for a full preview of the rematch between rivals and hear from Ohio quarterback Parker Navarro on the matchup.
Sherlock Holmes is the world's most famous detective. But why didn't his creator, Arthur Conan Doyle, love him as much as the rest of us do? In this series, I'm tracking down clues and evaluating the evidence to discover where creator and creation diverged. I'm hoping to open a little window into Arthur's mind.
Sunday at 8 on WOUB.
Where did it all start for you, wanting to be a vet?
I developed a real love for the animals.
Up in the Dales, surrounded by those hills. There's no place on earth like it.
Any local beauties taking your fancy?
The animals are the easy part.
Harriet, Siegfried!
It's the people cause all the bother.
You
care so much. It's one of the reasons I love you.
Shall we? Can't wait. You've got a dream. You've got to chase it.
Next time on Antiques Roadshow, we've got even more treasures from our 24th season tour all across America.
It was my late husband's chair. When he was a small child, it used to be his timeout chair. So,
It's unique, and how often can you say that? Ooh. That's more than we thought.
Good. Don't miss Antiques Roadshow Junk in the Trunk 10.
Monday at 8 on WOUB.
Let's go, baby. Come on.
Whoa, that's a mystery.
Please turn the page.
Are you kidding me?
How did you even find this?
That's mind-blowing. You have unleashed the best storytelling ever.
Here's your book of life.
Oh, my goodness.
Thanks, guys. We're live in Detroit, but first, we're going to begin with a major story out of Cleveland. The NFL announcing it will not fine or suspend Deshaun Watson, and it's closing its investigation on sexual assault allegations made in September. The September lawsuit was filed one day after the season opener and reached a confidential settlement in mid-October. The league said that there was insufficient evidence of finding a violation of the NFL's conduct policy. Now in Detroit, where it has been 55 years in the making, and the road could end here at Ford Field tomorrow. I'm Andrew Bobby, live in Detroit. Ohio football looking to bring home a MAC championship against their arch-rival Miami tomorrow, and it's one of the biggest games in their football's recent history for the Bobcats. A half-century without a MAC title. The last time they won it, 1968. To contextualize that, Lyndon B. Johnson was the president of the United States. The Humans had not been on the moon yet, and head coach Tim Alvin was just 3 years old, so it's been a long time. And the last time the Bobcats were fighting for a MAC championship was in 2022 when they faced off with the Toledo Rockets. In that year, they went on a 7-game winning streak to make the title game. Ohio was without their star quarterback Curtis Rourke, in that game, leading to C.J. Harris starting the game. It was a low-scoring, grinded-out game that Toledo, with a big boost from their running game, won 17-7. 2022 was the most recent in a string of 5 straight MAC title game losses for Ohio. The Bobcats have appeared in 4 other MAC title games since 2006. Unfortunately, they came out with a loss in every game. Ohio was the only school in conference history with more than 2 appearances in title games, but no wins. The Bobcats lost in 2016 to Western Michigan, plus in 2011 to Northern Illinois. The 09 and 06 losses both came to Central Michigan. This year's opponent, however, offers an opportunity like no other. With the MAC going away from the East-West division format, now one of the conference's best rivalries can be played for a championship. Ohio and Miami played the 100th Battle of the Bricks back in mid-October, and Ohio ran more than 25 plays by Miami, but still were outscored by 10, falling 30-20. In all aspects of this game, Coach Alvin has repeatedly said this season that Miami got after his team. However, since that low point against the Redhawks, the Bobcats have been on a tear. They've won 5 straight by an average of 27 points and have looked seemingly unstoppable in their return to the championship game. The motivation is already there, both quantity and quality, but if Ohio need any more motivation, yesterday's conference awards may be the place to find it. Miami's Brett Gabbert was named as the quarterback for the first team All-MAC, and Ohio's Parker Navarro was named to the second team. When asked about the awards yesterday, Navarro says he is more focused on a title rather than personal achievements.
Not really. I'm pretty motivated as it is. I want to win a MAC championship. I don't really care about the accolades. There's always that aspect of you want to prove yourself and you want, prove that you're capable, you're able to do what it takes to win. But, in terms of added motivation for me personally, not really.
There's been a ton of buildup for this game. It's been one of the most anticipated games of the year. And if you're not making the game or the trip to Detroit to watch the Bobcats, you can watch the game tomorrow on ESPN at noon. We'll be live in here with full coverage. We saw the team buses driving by just a little bit ago with the Ohio team getting here to Detroit. It's going to be a great afternoon. Let's go back in studio with Alex and Allison.
It looks like you're having so much fun out there, and hopefully you bring back a Bobcat win. Thank you so much.
Still ahead, there's a number of Christmas words that we say every year, but what do they really mean? we have a look at the surprising history of some holiday classics.
I shot 3 times, and then I heard someone say, "Get down," and we all got down.
This can happen anywhere. When it happens in the place you love, it's a gut punch.
I left it up to them to decide what the best course of action is. I just wanted him to get help.
It's become clear that there were many, many breakdowns along the way.
Tuesday at 10 on WOUB.
Come from Greengrass, the Great Sioux Nation, the Lakota Nation. I want to sing, I want to dance, I want to learn about the world. I was into that. I had plans to go home and be with my family. You know, I haven't been with them for the past 11 years.
We are still descendants, and my son's gonna have to carry on.
Without Arrows, January 13th at 10/9 Central on PBS and the PBS app.
In the beginning, there have always been those of us looking for stories.
This is a huge moment.
I feel like there's nothing around that can stop me.
It's your being. It's who you are.
We need to do something to make a change.
I know that there are people like me out there.
We need to have a voice.
It's what you do next that matters.
You start to discover a deeper part of yourself.
My whole world changed instantly.
It's the holiday season, a time for cozy gatherings and cherished traditions.
Yeah, and like many traditions, some of the most popular holiday words have a deep history behind them. Like the Merriam-Webster dictionary says gingerbread gets its name from the medieval word for a ginger paste used for 18th century.
Mistletoe comes from the Old English words mistletoe, meaning dung twig. This is because mistletoe grows from bird droppings. Mistletoe is a symbol of fertility, love, and peace, which is why people kiss under it. Now, Rachel's still out at the Christmas tree. And Rachel, how is it feeling out there? Is it still cold?
It is definitely cold still, but that won't be the case going into this weekend. You're definitely seeing a warm up for this weekend, but it'll quickly drop going into later next week. We'll be seeing a high of 41 for tomorrow and a high of 51 going into Sunday. Seeing mostly sunny skies, but as for Monday and Tuesday, we'll be seeing some rain. We might be seeing some snow going into Wednesday, but that'll clear out all for Thursday and Friday.
Broadcast this evening. Thanks for watching.
Stay tuned for the PBS NewsHour coming up next. Newswatch will be taking a short break and will return on January 21st.
But until then, you can find the latest news at our website, woub.org, or on the WOUB app. Have a great weekend and happy holidays.